Yeah, please start the live.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Welcome to this class. And as usual, every Friday evening, very much enlightened to have your association. Of course, we are a bit more fortunate to have your association every day. But for everyone, it's very much pleasurable as an interactive session. And I'd like to uh, request everyone to utilize this opportunity by asking questions to His Grace Kundar Gopal Prabhu, who is the senior most disciple of Srila Prabhupada, who is there with us. And it's very fortunate that we have his association and directly interacting with him and to have a question and answers getting answered. I'm like asking questions and getting answered from him through this platform. And Prabhu, despite all of your health conditions or whatever the struggles or whatever the hurdles that are there, you are fixed to give this class every week. And I'd like to very much appreciate that and thank you for that, for doing this kind of service. And age is just a number, health is just a condition which cannot stop you from doing the devotional service. Like that, your commitment going on and going on. And very happy to see this again and again, Prabhu.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank
And then I'm fortunate that I'm given a chance to talk about Prabhupada Krishna. And if this can help and inspire, I'm very fortunate in that sense. So thank you again. So you want to ask?
And anybody have some questions, you can either post in the chat of the Zoom session, or you can either directly ask also. So both ways you can utilize this opportunity. Okay, Prabhu. Anyhow, just now Nimai Nitai Prabhu also released one Ritvik related video. So recently I got some question. It's better if you answer. Like we quote up to July 9th letter, no Prabhu, July 9th, 1977, saying that Prabhupada never ordered. But some people I was hearing and seeing in online also, quoting October 18th, 1977 room conversation saying that, okay, now you can initiate, like that Prabhupada told to Jai Pataka, like this and all. Also some talks are there, Prabhu. So any clarity you'd like to give on that, Prabhu?
Prabhupada told Jayapataka, you want to take out that thing so we all can see. Prabhupada told him that he can. Prabhupada, you see, the conversation with Tamal was that there are many people who want to get initiation. Prabhupada said, I already have detailed, I have already given you the system. Huh? Tamal said, yes. Any doubts on it? Prabhupada asked. But he says, no, we know, yeah. Because Tamal was holding it all back. He didn't want to get people initiated. And Prabhupada said, in India, Jayapataka is there, he can do. And then Prabhupada said, if I recover, then yes, I will continue. Otherwise, I've already delegated. Carry on. What has he delegated? He didn't say he had made Jayapataka guru. Correct? This
Yes.
is the thing. They asked him what to do, particularly when you are not here, how to do initiation. Prabhupada said, I will appoint some of you to act as the Ritvik representative of the Acharya. Tamal then says, is that called Ritvik Acharya? Prabhupada said, Ritvik, yes, he's not a Ritvik Acharya, he's Ritvik. Understand? Particularly when you are no longer here with us. So Prabhupada started this system while he was physically still present. So he wanted to make sure the system is ongoing, but Tamal never started it. So then when he asked that so many people are waiting, Prabhupada, I already given you the thing, why are you not doing it?
Yes,
Understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
In India, yeah, Jayapataka is there. You are also here, what's the problem? You understand? It's not that Jayapataka was ordered to become a guru. That is never the question.
Yes, Prabhu. But there is of course, all these are speculations only. One more conversation I was like, it was like randomly coming and hearing, saying that to Jayapataka, as a personal talk, he told later, in the later times, you will know the Bengali language and you will initiate many people. So like that, he ordered, just like how Bhakti Siddhanta ordered Prabhupada, saying that.
Ask them to show me the conversation.
Of course, Prabhu, that is
Ask them to show me this conversation. You understand? Prabhupada is not a fool, no? He to say one thing here and say another thing there, He doesn't do that. You understand? You follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
He never ordered any of his disciples to become guru. That's very clear. That's why in that conversation in May 28, when I order you, you become regular guru. But when I order you, how many times you use the word when I order you, when I order you?
Yeah.
Huh?
They keep on asking the same question. Still, he say, yes, when I order, they become your disciples. When
But
I
you
order,
become regular guru. Prabhupada. So where is the question of regular guru? Because now he's appointing Ritvik. Understand? Listen, we are not fooled, I'm sure everyone is studying English language and put two and two together, You understand? There's no order. And then again he wrote the July 9 letter. Then again he wrote the will. Why all these things are all flowing in sequence?
Yes. Even just now, I could not able to get that conversation. I also remember still something like whatever you told. Long back, I read, he was saying that you continue the system, whatever I gave it to you. Jay Pataka is there, no, something like that.
Tamal, I've already given. Do you understand? Tamal said, yes, yes.
Something. Yes, yes.
So what system he has given? He has given the system of Ritvik, representative of the Acharya.
Yes.
Understand? Because they made the mistake in 28 conversation, Prabhupada wrote the July 9 letter. Very clearly he said, they are my disciple, my disciple, my disciple. Why he has to write like that? Because they were not understanding in the May 28 conversation. They're thinking they are going to become gurus. Prabhupada said that.
Yes, Prabhu.
You understand? That's why I say, I order you. When I order you, why in the July 9 letter, signed, and he asked Tamal also to sign?
Correct.
There's no need for Tamal to sign. Why? His sign is enough. So when two people sign, that means it's not a letter anymore, it's a document. You understand? Prabhupada is not a fool.
Agreement also.
Yes, don't think Prabhupada is a fool. You understand? And yet they disobey him. That's why they all are reaping the consequence. Immediately you become useless, Prabhupada said, when you disobey the order of the spiritual master. And I worked with Tamal, I was with him, I saw he is completely useless. He could not do anything right. Everything he was doing all fell apart. The farm in Oklahoma, 1,400 acres, was gone. The Houston temple gone. Of course, now they built it. Hindus all got together to build it, but I saw he was in a mess. I personally worked with him.
Yeah, doing mistakes again and again.
Yes, he couldn't get anything right. Why? Because he's become useless.
Yes, Prabhu.
You understand?
I just now got that conversation, Prabhu. Shall I show or how?
Yeah, you put it up in the chat, you can see.
Sure, sure. Prabhu.
See, this initiation I have deputed.
Deputed, assigned.
Is it clear or not? You see?
Some people, of course, Prabhu, again, English problem. Some people again saying deputed means cancelled.
Deputed is cancel. I mean, that's Indian English or what? Huh? Hello?
Crazy, Prabhu.
That means restaurant, no?
Yeah.
Right? See, Prabhupada said, so I have deputed some of you to initiate. That's called Ritvik
Assigned.
representative.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, yes. Tamal is admitting. So I think Jayapatagi can do if he likes. If he likes, that means anyone else who's near there, they can do also.
Yes.
Not that Jayapataka must do. You say if he
Yeah.
likes.
One more argument.
Come on, this is nonsense, what they're saying. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu. It's like they feel like we cannot refer or we cannot see what Prabhupada wrote. And anything they can talk.
The problem is that they're trying to squeeze out this somewhere, someplace to show that these gurus are legitimate.
Correct.
Understand?
And showing us as ashastrik. Something like that.
Understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
It's clear. Prabhupada asks, is it clear? I've deputed, is it clear?
Yes, Prabhu.
And Prabhupada said, by Krishna's grace, I recover from this condition, then I shall begin again, back to normal. Understand? Come on, I don't think we are in any way,
It's like they are closing eyes and ears and trying to talk and expecting us to listen instead of they listen.
because they're trying to make their system more bona fide than ours. You understand?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu.
So we don't become foolish, no?
Correct, Prabhu.
All this guru nonsense. Even their so-called big swamis are, teaching the wrong thing. How can they become swamis in teaching the wrong thing? I mean, they're cheaters. If a sadhu is lying, then how you can be a sadhu?
And half showing, Prabhu. And doesn't show the full thing. Let's say like stop here, there, one line showing like this and all also.
So we should be careful though.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhupada was physically there and he gave the system and he told them to do this, and yet they disobeyed.
3 times literally. May 28th, July 9th, October 18th again. Yeah.
Yeah, completely nonsense. I don't think anyone who disobeys Prabhupada can chant the 16 rounds and follow the 4 principles. Prabhupada said they become useless. You understand? To do this chanting and following principles, you need strength. And that comes by following the instruction of the Guru. I remember in I think it was 86 maybe, or 87, Tamal visited me and he told me that there's accusation on me that I don't chant my rounds. So how can there be, unless there is some smoke, how can there be some fire? Yes. And then we both sat and he said, I want to chant 192 rounds. So you chant along with me. And of course, I chanted something like maybe 127 rounds or something. But I was thinking, what's the use of this,
Yes, Prabhu.
If you are chanting, you are chanting. Want somebody have to find out that you're not chanting and all that? Do there anybody who have known me label me that Sundar Gopal is not chanting his rounds?
Yeah,
What is
I have one doubt, Prabhu, in that labeling. You are chanting more than 16.
Huh?
For sure. For sure, you are chanting more than 16 every day.
Nobody can find fault. Why they're not finding fault with me? No, I don't think Sundar Gopal is chanting his rounds, you know. Can anyone say like that? But
no,
why they
Prabhu?
saying to him? Because he's not chanting his round. They have seen. Why you're not chanting your
No,
round? Because you disobeyed
n-
Prabhupada. You have no more taste.
no spiritual potency in that.
Yes. Personally,
Understood.
I mean, I'm just telling you, my Jai Pataka, forget it. There is a GBC regulation to make him sit down and chant in front of all his god brothers.
Oh, really?
You understand? Ah,
And
hello, see the GBC minutes. What?
what would be the destination of Prabhu for such devotees who has surpassed Srila Prabhupada ji?
What is the purpose of such a devotee? He cannot even chant, and how he can deliver you?
But what would be the destination after leaving the body?
Such people, they go to hell. And the
Okay,
followers
Prabhu.
go along with them. That's there in the Bhagavatam.
Okay, Prabhu.
Eh?
Okay, Prabhu. Understood.
Hmm.
Understood, Prabhu.
So this is the problem. The problem is that nobody is reading Prabhupada books. No. Understand? You see here, Prabhupada said, those who are following leaders who lead people, leaders who have fallen to ignorance and mislead people by direct them to the path of destruction as described in the previous verse are in fact boarding a stone boat, and so too are those who blindly follow them. A stone boat would be unable to float and would sink in the water with passengers. Similarly, those who mislead people go to hell and their followers go with them. Hello?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Huh? Even in the Bhagavatam, I mean in the Ishopanishad also, Prabhupada writes. Is it Isho 12 or 11?
12, I guess.
Yeah, 12. Instead, to mislead the people in general, huh?
They themselves become so-called acharyas, but they don't even follow the principles of the acharya.
Falling down.
Yes, Prabhu.
These rocks are the most dangerous element in a human society because there is no religious government. They escape punishment by the law of the state. They cannot ever escape the law of the Supreme, who was clearly declared in Bhagavad Gita that envious demon in the garb of religious propagandists shall be thrown into the darkest region of hell.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sri Ishopanishad confirmed that the pseudo-religionists are heading toward the most obnoxious place in the universe after the completion of their spiritual master business, which they conduct simply for sense gratification.
Yes, Prabhu. Understood.
Huh?
Understood, Prabhuji. Understood.
You want to follow them?
No, Prabhu. No, no, never.
Hmm?
I'm very happy with ISKM. I'm
Hmm.
very happy to be associated with His Grace Prahlad Prabhu. I'm very happy. I
Very
don't
good.
want to follow them.
Very good. So try to understand. You cannot try to, do things whimsically.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
We have to be careful though. Spiritual life is not something that we do for fun, no.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Not sentimental.
Prabhu, take some medicine for your bad throat. You have a cold, I guess.
Medicine is chanting.
Very good, very good.
The best medicine. Huh? Prabhu, how do we make our desires completely align with the desire of the spiritual master? I mean, how do we make sure that we don't have any desire other than serving the mission of Srila Prabhupada? That if you take guidance from the devotees and work cooperatively, then I'm sure your desires should be in line with what Prabhupada. Because you may say Prabhupada and Prabhupada, sometimes you do something whimsical. That's why you need association of advanced devotees to guide you along. Because the mind can always play tricks, and you can interpret things according to the speculation. So to safeguard against that, you should always stay in the association of devotees. Then your life will become successful. Take the direction, instruction of Prabhupada and work in the association of devotees, your life will become successful. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Stated here. Can you see that? You can read that?
Shall I read this, Prabhu? One must worship the lotus feet of the Acharya and live within the society of devotees. Then one's endeavor to cross over Nisa shall be successful.
Very clear. Hello? Yes.
Yes, Prabhu, clear, clear.
What is the difference? ISKM and this is a YouTube, isn't it? What is the difference between ISKM and ISKCON?
The
ISKM,
video, the
sir,
video is available on YouTube. I will send him afterwards.
you send
Nimai
it.
Nitai Prabhu has covered it beautifully. It is on YouTube.
Okay, this Dilip Kumar, you can see this video.
I will, Prabhu. Thank you.
So many Muslims say that Gita is written by human. How to reply to them? If the Gita is written by human, then how did Krishna show his universal form? How to write the universal form? Possible. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna showed that he is God. Correct? Yes or not?
Yes, bro.
Arjuna was trying to describe that form. He could not. He became so confused and he was very frightened in seeing it.
Yes, bro.
Yes.
Yes, bro.
So how he can be written by men? Hello?
Oh, bro. Yeah.
And Krishna said, I spoke this millions of years ago. Something that is written by man has got 4 defects. Correct? Do you know that? Huh? What are the 4 defects?
We are bound to make mistakes. We are bound to be listen.
You know where is that verse? Adi Lila 7 what? Huh?
7106. 1 second, bro. I'll tell.
Where is that? Adi Leela, I think. Can anyone locate that verse?
1 to 86.
Adi Leela 7 something, I think.
7.107.
7 what?
107.
So you see here, these are the 4 defects. The material defects of mistakes, illusion, cheating, and sensory inefficiency do not exist in the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if it's written by man, then this Gita, up to years, 5,000 years old book, is the topmost seller. Correct? Yes or not? If it's written by man, then nobody will read it because it's full of defects. Correct? Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
So we have to understand it like that. Huh? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So we have to know, what is right and what is wrong. Like just now, if I said your Quran is written by man, then you will go and kill me. In your Pakistan, if you say that, the guy will be killed.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, Prabhu.
So you can see how these things are word of God, because God is absolute. Therefore, anything spoken by him, even spoken by him, by somebody else, is also perfect. Even if it's constructed in a very bad manner, but because it's spoken of God, it's relished by all saintly personalities. Who knows that verse? Hmm? Who knows that verse?
1511.
Huh? Where's that verse? Anyone? Come on. Hmm?
Sarpit Prabhu has dropped in message box. Bhagavatam 1.5.11.
Nobody knows here. Hello? How come? What are you doing? Are you studying the books or not? 1.5 what?
11, Prabhu.
1.5.11.
Someone want to read this?
On the other hand, that literature, which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc., of the unlimited Supreme Lord, is a different creation, full of transcendental words directed toward bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest.
Can you see that? Read the purport.
But it is a qualification of the great thinkers to pick up the best even from the worst. It is said that the intelligent man should pick up nectar from a stalk of poison, should accept gold even from a filthy place, should accept a good and qualified wife even from an obscure family, and should accept a good lesson even from a man of or from a teacher who comes from the untouchables. There are some of the ethical instructions for everyone in every place without exception. But a saint is far above the level of an ordinary man. He is always observed in glorifying the Supreme Lord, because by broadcasting the holy name and fame of the Supreme Lord, the polluted atmosphere of the world will change. And as a result of propagating the transcendental literatures like Srimad Bhagavatam, people will become sane in their transactions. And while preparing this commentation of this particular stanza of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have a crisis. We have a crisis before us. Our neighboring friend China has attacked the border of India with a materialistic spirit, militaristic spirit. We have practically no business in the political field, yet we see that previously there were both China and India, and they both lived peacefully for centuries without ill feeling. The reason is that they lived those days in an atmosphere of God consciousness, and every country over the surface of the world was God fearing, pure-hearted and simple, and there was no question of political diplomacy. There is no cause of quarrel between the two countries, China and India, over land which is not very suitable for habitation, and certainly there is no cause for fighting on this issue. But due to the age of quarrel, Kali, which we have discussed, there is always a chance of quarrel on slight provocation. This is due not to the issue in question, but to the polluted atmosphere of this age. Systematically, there is propaganda by a section of people to stop glorification of the name and fame of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, there is a great need for disseminating the message of Srimad Bhagavatam all over the world. It is the duty of every responsible Indian to broadcast the transcendental message of Srimad Bhagavatam throughout the world to do all the supermost good, as well as to bring about the desired peace in the world. Because India has failed in her duty by neglecting this responsible work, there is so much quarrel and trouble all over the world. We are confident that if the transcendental message of Srimad Bhagavatam is received only by the leading man of the world, certainly there will be a change of heart, and naturally the people in general will follow them. The mass of people in general are tools in the hands of the modern politicians and leaders of the people. And if there is a change of heart of the leaders only, certainly there will be a radical change in the atmosphere of the world. We know that our honest attempt to present this great literature conveying transcendental messages for reviving the God consciousness of the people in general and re-spiritualizing the world atmosphere is fraught with many difficulties. Our presenting this matter is inadequate language, especially a foreign language, will certainly fail, and there will be so many literary discrepancies despite our honest attempt to present it in the proper way. But we are sure that with all of our faults in this connection, the seriousness of the subject matter will be taken into consideration, and leaders of society will still accept this due to its being an honest attempt to glorify the Almighty God. When there is fire in a house, the inmates of the house go out to get the help from the neighbors who may be foreigners, and yet without knowing their language, the victims of the fire express themselves, and the neighbors understand the need even though not expressed in the same language. The same spirit of cooperation is needed to broadcast this transcendental message of the Srimad Bhagavatam throughout the polluted atmosphere of the world. After all, it is a technical science of spiritual values, and thus we are connected with the techniques and not with the language. If the techniques of this great literature are understood by the people of the world, there will be success. When there are too many materialistic activities by the people in general all over the world, There is no wonder that a person or a nation attacks another person or nation on slight provocation. That is the rule of this age of Kali or quarrel. The atmosphere is already polluted with corruption of all description, and everyone knows it well. There are so many unwanted literatures full of materialistic ideas of sense. Materialistic ideas of sense gratification. In many countries, there are bodies appointed by the state to detect and censor obscene literature. This means that neither the government nor the responsible leaders of the public want such literature. Yet, it is in the marketplace because the people want it for sense gratification. The people in general want to read. That is a natural instinct, but because their minds are polluted, they want such literatures. Under the circumstances, transcendental literatures like Srimad Bhagavatam will not only diminish the activities of the corrupt mind of the people in general, but also supply food for their hankering after reading some interesting literature. In the beginning, they may not like it because one suffering from jaundice is reluctant to take sugar candy. But we should know that sugar candy is the Sugar candy is the only remedy for jaundice. Similarly, let there be systematic propaganda for popularizing reading of the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam, which will act like sugar candy for the jaundice-like condition of sense gratification. When men have a taste for this literature, their hankering after other literatures which are catering poison to society will then automatically cease. We are sure, therefore, that everyone in human society will welcome Srimad Bhagavatam, even though it is now presented with so many faults, for it is recommended by such an authority as Sri Narada, who has very kindly appeared in this chapter.
So you can see from this that knowledge of the Lord is transcendental. Transcendental knowledge cannot be polluted by any material condition because they are beyond the three modes of material nature. You understand this point? So how can something which is transcendental be written by man? What to speak? Vyasadev is considered as an incarnation of God, although he is wrote the what Shastras, is it not? Hmm? Hello?
Yes, bro.
He says that he is the incarnation of God. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So how somebody who is an incarnation of God, hmm? So they say it's written by man. Can someone read this?
The
Hare
great
Krishna.
The
sage,
great, yes, you can go, Prabhu.
Please read this, someone.
The great sage, who is fully equipped with knowledge, could see with his transcendental vision the deterioration of everything and everything material due to the influence of the age. He could also see that the faithless people in general would be reduced in duration of life and would be impatient due to lack of goodness. Thus, he contemplated for the welfare of men in all statuses and orders of life.
Hmm?
Mm.
You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
So the Vyasadeva position who wrote this is not ordinary thing.
He considered all the welfare of all people, even the faithless people.
This is the Narada Muni is, speaking about Vyasadeva. Can you read on?
O Vyasadeva, your vision is completely perfect. Your good fame is spotless. You are firm in vow and situate in truthfulness. And thus you can think of the pastimes of the Lord in trance for the liberation of the people in general from all material bondage.
So how you can, someone in this kind of caliber be writing something which is bogus?
Impossible.
Yes.
Mm.
So Vyasa's position is not something cheap, no. He is an incarnation of God.
Mm.
Hmm.
He's an incarnation of God himself.
Yes. He is an incarnation of God. Vyasadeva is a Satyavesh avatar. So how someone in this caliber is writing something crazy? Huh? Hello?
Not possible. Like when you become spiritualized, you transcend the material inebrities. You transcend imperfection, imperfect senses, mistakes, and anyone who's connected with God.
It says here, can you read this?
Yes. Thus, he fixed his mind perfectly engaged by linking it in devotional service, bhakti yoga, without any tinge of materialism. And thus he saw the absolute personality of Godhead along with his external energy, which was under full control.
Somebody who sees God. Can you read on?
Yes. Purport. Perfect vision of the absolute truth is possible only by the linking process of devotional service. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. One can perfectly realize absolute truth, the absolute truth, personality of Godhead, only by the process of devotional service, and one can enter into the kingdom of God by such perfect knowledge. Imperfect realization of the absolute by the partial approach of the impersonal Brahman or localized Paramatma does not permit anyone to enter into the kingdom of God. Sri Narada advised Srila Vyasa to become absorbed in transcendental meditation on the personality of Godhead and his activities. Srila Vyasa did not take notice of effulgence of Brahman because that is not absolute vision. Absolute vision is the personality of Godhead as it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, verse 19. Let's see. Vasudevaha Sarvam Iti. The Upanishads is confirmed that Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead, is covered by the golden, glowing Harinama Yena Pratyaya veil of impersonal Brahman, and that when this curtain is removed by the mercy of the Lord, the real face of the Absolute is seen. The Absolute is mentioned here as Purusha or person. The absolute personality of Godhead is mentioned in so many Vedic literatures and in the Bhagavad Gita. The Purusha is confirmed as the eternal and original person. The absolute personality of Godhead is the perfect person. The supreme person is manifold energies, out of which the internal, external, and marginal energies are specifically important. The energies mentioned here is the external energies, as will be clear from the statements from her activities. The internal energies is along with the excuse me. Right. Yes. Yes. The internal energy is along with the absolute personality of Godhead, as the moonlight is there with the moon. The external energy is compared to darkness because it keeps the living entities in the darkness of ignorance. The word apastarayam suggests that this energy of the Lord is under full control. The internal potency or superior energy is also called Maya, but it is spiritual Maya or energy exhibited in the absolute realm. When one is under the shelter of the internal potency, the darkness of material ignorance is at once dissipated. Even those who are atmarama or fixed in trance, the shelter of Maya or internal energy. Devotional service of Bhakti Yoga is the function of the internal energy. Thus, there is there you go. Thus, there is no place for the inferior energy or material energy. Thus, just as there is no place for darkness in the effulgence of spiritual light, such internal energy is even superior to spiritual bliss attainable in the conception of impersonal Brahman. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that the impersonal Brahman effulgence is also an emanation from the absolute personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. The Param Puruja cannot be anyone except Sri Krishna himself, as will be explained in the later slokas. O king, is there? Okay. And for hearing only, all the Vedic literatures there are there, compiled by the authorized personalities like Vyasa, who is powerful incarnation of Godhead.
So how can somebody who is an ordinary person write these things? Yes.
It's not possible.
So our books are not written by man. If it's written by man, then it will be full of mistakes. You cannot find mistakes in these books. Yes.
None what?
It's not possible to find mistakes. Yes, can you find mistakes?
They would try to find mistakes like in Ramayan where they said the bridge was like, I think 100 yojanas, and then they say, oh, it's not that long. But they don't consider it was like the previous yuga. It was like larger. So it is true.
In fact, there are satellite images confirming that this bridge is not of same material of that found in the same area. So all this kind of nonsense, because a person has no faith, he will say so many things. If he says that our books are written by man, then his books also written by man. In fact, it is ours is spoken by God directly. 700 verses are intact, but theirs is spoken to a third-party person. It's not even spoken directly. Somebody said to somebody, how does it make more perfect?
No.
Understand? So of course, this is an argument of somebody who is very, very neophyte, Oh, my school is better, your school is no good, your school is bogus. Huh? How can your school be perfect when you don't even know who is God?
Correct.
How can love means it must be a two-person to love, no? If there's no form, how to get this loving relationship established?
Not possible.
You cannot love the sky or the moon or the sun, difficult. You get burned if you love the sun. So the Lord manifests his deity form. Understand? They don't
Yes.
know these things, basic things. They don't even know who is God, and you're speaking that your thing is more perfect. How is it possible? Huh? Yes or not?
It's not, they don't have the full knowledge.
You were coming from a Christian background. Did you
Yes.
understand what is love? It's very, very superficial.
It was more sentimental, Prabhu, because
The birthday of God,
to
Christmas Day is the birthday of God, and you are exchanging present among yourselves. Why? Because you want to show your love. So you don't know where to show your love. You show among yourselves. I mean,
that's what we
this is very, 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 I would say, shallow. Understand?
yes.
Another important thing is that unless you are with God, who is most pure, how you can become pure?
You associate with him. You have a relationship with him.
If you don't have something, you are not attached to something. The word of God is so powerful, not different from Him. And if you are attached to Him and you follow the direction given by His servants, then you should also become purified.
That's true.
You don't see that happening among yourselves. You are killing animals, you are killing yourselves, you're doing so many crazy things.
They do so many interpretations, I would have to say, Prabhu. And they don't have to, like, even before they were worshiping Tosi, they were worshiping, the holy basil, but they stopped. So they were doing uplifting all these things.
So a person who is not following the right thing, then they become useless. Among the Hindus also the same. Because they don't have the guidance of a bona fide pure devotee, then their life is also become useless. You understand? Very unfortunate.
Yeah, they totally have no conception of God. They think he has no body.
Yes. They have no understanding of anything because Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and inexhaustible.
Mm.
Understand? They cannot
Yes.
figure God out, it's not possible. It's not
Mm.
possible. That's why Krishna told Arjuna, I'm sure you know, because you are my devotee and my, friend, therefore you can understand. Hmm? Sa evayam mayam tedya yoga prokta puratanaha bhaktosi me shakacheti rasyam etar uttamam. That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend, and can therefore understand the transcendental mystery of this science. To know this, it is not something cheap, Krishna says, after many, many births, it's not just one birth, after many, many births. After many birth and death, he was actually in knowledge, surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. It's not a cheap thing that our books are written by, some cheap person. So you need the mercy of a pure devotee to understand God. Understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
To wrongly say that our books are written by men, I think our books are existing even before yours,
Mm.
You mean to say before your book came, nobody was God conscious?
That's what they tend to say. Actually, a Christian brought up a verse saying that anything that any message that came before the Bible is false.
Yeah, you see, you're so smart that you kill your guru. You kill your own person who came to help you. What kind of gratitude you have? Hmm? Yes?
They don't have it. They don't have the knowledge. They killed their own guru.
Yeah. You kill somebody and you say yours is most bona fide. How does that work?
They say, "Oh no, the Jews killed the guru."
His
But who are the
disciples
what were the
himself
followers
betrayed
do?
him, Prabhu. His disciples betrayed him. His
Yeah,
disciples himself betrayed him. What to speak about the Jews or the Japanese or the Russians? Huh?
that's a fact.
So please, don't say you are very bona fide. Of course, we say all your book, every literature relating to God is bona fide. We don't deny that. But to say only yours is bona fide and ours is bogus, that's a misstatement. Understand? Especially something that does not even give any clue about how God looks like. Huh? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna showed this question. Many people are asking, who is God? Huh? Krishna showed. Yeah. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real 400 form and Lord showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. Hello, where you find this statement in any literature? Yeah? Which literature is
Impossible.
this?
Like I wouldn't.
Come close. You said man is made in the image of God. And that statement is coming from here. This is a statement. Displayed his real 400 form and at last showed his two-arm form. Man is made in the image of God. Hello? And ours is bogus and yours is right. How does it work? Hello?
It's nonsense.
Understand?
Like the Christians, they can't. They came and accept it because they have this mental concoction, Prabhu. Like they don't. Like they can't accept it, even though it's true.
Because they are so fallen. When you are sinful, how you can see anything? You can't even see yourself. What to speak about God? Huh? Understand?
Mm.
They can't even see themselves, these guys, you know. Their body is like a dead body. Huh? And they're talking so much. Hmm? Correct?
Mm. Yeah.
Hmm? They're so fallen. They can't even see, you know. What to speak about all this? You can see here, these guys. Because of absorption in sense gratification. I mean, they all are eating, you know, what do you call that? Meat, fish, eggs, and they
Yep.
illicit sex, they're gambling, their intoxication. This is their daily bread. One cannot recognize himself or others, living uselessly in ignorance like a tree. One is merely breathing like a bellow. Huh? So how
Wow.
they can see? What they can see? Oh, what they can see, these guys? They can't see nothing. Hmm?
Wow.
What they can see? And they can only criticize. Oh, saintly Uddhava, a person bereft of real intelligence is considered to have lost everything. Deviated from the real purpose of his life, he becomes dull, just like a dead person. So what can a dead person
Wow.
be? Hmm? Because he's bereft of real intelligence. Hello? Hello?
He has no intelligence,
Hmm?
and he can't even comprehend real intelligence.
If you commit sinful activities, then the Lord hides himself away from you. You understand? A simple thing. Jesus Christ spoke simple thing and they killed him for that. Yeah? And
Mm.
Muhammad came to give this message to all this what Bedouins who are camel, you know. He himself claimed himself as a illiterate. And he spoke to all these third class people. Hmm?
Mm.
Yes. Understand the
That's
kind
true.
of people they gave the message. You have to see that, you know. Basic things they taught. All these three books are almost all equal, you know. The Torah and the Bible and the Quran. Pretty much the message is pretty much the same in all three places, you know. They give very little information about God. Hmm.
Mm.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Hmm. So if someone is studying in a school, like suppose you study in your local school, and then because you are very intelligent, you want to get some more knowledge, where will you go? You'll go to a higher institution, is it not?
Yes.
So if you don't have enough information, you must find a place where it's got more information. That's intelligence. Materially, at least you are doing that. So why can't
Yeah.
you do that spiritually? Hmm? Why you can't do that? This is gross ignorance. You understand?
Mm.
If
It is gross ignorance.
hmm, Even our system is such that even you are grossly ignorant, but you were devoted. Krishna still give you intelligence. Huh? See? So it says here, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding which they can come to me. Sitting in the heart, and he's also guiding. How he does guide? He explains. To show them special mercy, I dwelling in their heart destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Yeah, how compassionate God is. You understand?
So compassionate.
Yes, love. You have to learn to love God, you know. Very simple thing. But they don't know. They don't know this simple thing. Because they don't have the guidance of devotees. That one devotee that Jesus Christ was sent there and they killed him. Huh? What kind of a gratitude they have? Hello?
No gratitude.
Huh? And then they speak so many things. What is this nonsense? Huh? Yes?
Yes. Like, I would have to agree. Like, but when I first came into Krishna consciousness, I was totally ignorant. Totally. I was like still meat eating when I first started, but when I continue like reading and everything, it became more clear. You know, even when I had a little bit of doubt of like Krishna being the personification of God, like it, when I read the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, when Prabhupada said just at least theoretically accept that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And when I just did that, it just became more clear. And then it became more firm, even when I was in ignorance.
So there's a verse 1:321 say Vyasadeva is an incarnation of God. So we cannot try to minimize the Vedic literatures. This is not correct and valid, you know. Says here, after in the 17th incarnation of God, Srila Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati by Parasara Muni, and he divided the one Veda into several branches and sub-branches, seeing that people in general were less intelligent. There's also one more verse that says that Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God, you know, in the Bhagavatam. Someone can find that for me. So you can see how we are not here, you know, trying to whimsically follow a literature which is bogus. Material words cannot properly describe the word of God, you know, that's not possible. That's not possible, you know. The word which did not describe the glory of the Lord, who alone can sanctify the atmosphere, whole words, are considered by saintly person to be like unto place of pilgrimage for crows. Since the all perfect persons are inhabited in the transcendental abode, they do not derive any pleasure there. So mundane words cannot describe God. Not possible. So therefore, our work, our books and our everything is not ordinary books. They're coming from God directly. And if you follow them, your life changes. That's the amazing thing, you know. Otherwise, how is it possible? It's not possible, right?
1341.
What is that? 1341.
1341.
I think it's in the purport. No, there's
Just
a
before
verse.
sloka, Prabhu. Before sloka,
Huh?
1340 also directly says he is an incarnation of God.
The scripture named Srimad Bhagavatam is the literal incarnation of God, and it was compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. Yes, you see this? It's meant for the ultimate good of all people, and it's all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. So it's the book is also perfect. The writer is also from God. So how you can say that our books are written by man? Unless you're envious, there's no other thing than that. Correct? Yes?
Yep, envious.
Envious. That's all the bottom line. Any other questions?
So question is this kind, Prabhu. One more question from YouTube Live. So can we use any animal made products in the service of Lord or in the something like that?
Can we use packed ghee to make boga for Lord as the plastic contain animal product? Plastic contain animal product? What plastic is that?
Somebody asked like that, Prabhu, in YouTube, but I felt like maybe can we ask it like, can we use any product made of animal in Lord service?
I mean, best is that you don't use anything which is contaminated. But in Kali Yuga, it's very difficult, One time they were going to Prabhupada and saying that, look, the sugar that we are getting, white sugar, they were making it out of animal bones, The process to get it white is to boil it with bones. And Prabhupada was told that. And said, should we use it? Prabhupada said, yes. Know what to say. Understand? In Kali Yuga, there's ocean of faults. Right? There's an ocean of fault in Kali Yuga. What is that verse? Hello? What is that verse? Come on.
12:351.
Kalau dosha nidhe rajan, kalay dosha nidhe rajan, ocean of faults. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there's still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Although there's so many faults, by chanting, that is our only hope. Don't speak about so-called ghee and plastic thing and animal. Everything you're eating is contaminated. You're going buying all the processed food. You do not know what they put inside. Correct? That means to say you don't eat her. It's going to be difficult. The lifestyle, the conditioning, and so many things. Yes. So the only hope is to chant. That's all. There's nothing else to do. Age is like that. Kali Yuga is like that. Everything is so messed up. Nothing good here. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Even Krishna himself told Udava, I showed that verse many times, right? But you please don't stay here. Go away. Go home. Go back. But rascals like us are so foolish. Yeah. We are coming again and again and again. This is our problem. Yes. Yes or not? As Prabhupada used to say, The stool was complaining, this side is wet and that side is dry. Stool is stool, you know, and it's bad. Yes,
Yes, sir.
understand? So we should try to get out of this mess rather than trying to worry about all these little things. Eh? Prabhu, when common people don't take us neophytes who are younger, equal to themselves, then how should we spread? Yes, we don't know how. We don't have so much experience. So when you deal with elder people, you always speak in a submissive way. You are very smart, you are very elderly. I'm sure you know this is said like this. What you say, then they different approach. You go and challenge them, you rascal, you fool, you don't know, then of course that again is another problem. So you must learn how to be tactful, you know. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went to speak to the, what's his name? Prakashananda Saraswati, I think. He said, I'm a fool, I don't know anything. My guru told me that you are a fool. Veda is not for you. You know, because he was God. See how he approached. So we should be careful how to speak to some people who are elder, some people younger. Yeah, you can instruct. So accordingly, you use your intelligence. The best thing is to give them a book, you know. If they can read, that will solve the problem. As Prabhupada one time when one devotee went out and he was beginning a big class, and when he came back, he told Prabhupada how successful it was with so many, you know, people came and I spoke. Prabhupada asked him, how many books did you distribute? And he said, no, I didn't distribute any books. And Prabhupada said, your program is useless. Your program is useless. So that should be our objective. Our objective is to try to somehow or other get them to read the book of Prabhupada. Then their life is successful. You understand? What is the use of, I don't know, maybe yours is useful, mine is worthless. I'm talking and talking, nothing happens. You understand? We can influence, that's why we try to show Prabhupada's word, Prabhupada book, Prabhupada this. At least they read one line, their life will change, as Prabhupada said. Yes? That should be our objective. Get them to read. So I say in our presentation, we are always making sure, showing you verses from Prabhupada books to give you the inspiration that, yes, oh, I want to go and read this. Yes? Is it not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So that should be the objective, you know. Because you can preach, I'm not saying you don't preach, you repeat what you have heard from Prabhupada, that's first class. But, you know, coming from Prabhupada himself is more important. I think all your lives changed because you read Prabhupada books, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's a fact.
Any other questions? Anybody else?
Prabhuji, as this Kali Yuga is ocean of faults, can we take help from these non-devotees also when we are doing some devotional services? Because everything that they do is faulty only.
What to do with that?
So when there is nothing, we can take help from them as well.
Well, if you are alone and have no much help, then you can engage them in Krishna consciousness, you know, stated in the Bhagavad Gita, that the wise should try to engage them in the spirit of devotion. Yes?
As long as they are doing some services inside, they will be chanting Hare Krishna and do. Again, when they go out and come, they become polluted again. Like their own mindset will be there. They're not, because it's been like some months also. They will chant as long as they are with us. But again, they'll go outside and they'll become normal only. Like there is no change at all in them.
So as not to disturb the minds of ignorant men attached to fruitive results or prescribed duties, a learned person should not induce them to stop work. Rather, by working in the spirit of devotion, he should engage them in all sorts of activities for the gradual development of Krishna consciousness. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
It may be contaminated, but you just like a child, you know what to do. The parent, because the child is kicking the parent, do you mean they throw the child away? Or because you're milking the cow and the cow is kicking you, so you stop milking? Tell me.
But if they do forever like this, like there is no change at all, how we have to tolerate with them?
Now the devotional aspect is to become patient,
Okay.
enthusiastic, determined, and be patient. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji. So we should not be angry with them.
What to do, you know, innocent, ignorant. See, it says in this verse.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you see the verse before also. As the ignorant person perform their duties with attachment to result, the learned may similarly act, but without attachment for the sake of leading people on the right path. So you should act in such a way that you show them. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we should also be patient, praying in the meantime. But one thing good, if they take up the process, then they're getting purified. Correct?
Yes,
so when they're going to become fully purified, that's not for me to say. Yes?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Just like myself, I don't know why it took me so many births to come to this position. Yes? What have I been doing? How patient someone would have been on me with previous lives. Yes?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
So I should also be having that same gratitude. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
So we should try to be humble. Now let's see how Krishna will save the person.
Even if they do wrong to us also, we have to be patient, Prabhuji.
I just gave the example of Jesus Christ. They crucified him. Did he reject?
Yes.
Haridas Thakur, he was beaten, 21 marketplace. He never say anything, no protest. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji. But then they will not understand what is truth, and forever they will think that that's truth will not come out. This is wrong. This is for forever. They'll be ignorant only.
When they are in a cooler mood, you can explain.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
When they're in the right mood, you speak. When they're angry, you try to speak, then that's not good.
Some people are so ferocious, Prabhuji, that even when they're speaking coolly, sometimes suddenly they'll become angry. When they'll become angry, we will only do not know.
That's the nature. Those people who are in a material consciousness, lust, anger, greed, they are all a part and parcel of their system. You understand?
Yes.
For no reason, the snakes will get angry. So we just have to be patient, At least we know the problem, and we can solve the problem by bringing them to Krishna. They don't know and they don't want to. That's the problem. Right? So the parent, in order to trick the child to take the medicine, it will give some candy and say this is medicine. I mean, this is the medicine. They'll make it a candy and say, no, this is candy, not medicine. You take. Yes?
Yes.
So we should be like that. When you learn how to, just like that's a story of this Valmiki, Narada Muni went to him and asked him to chant Rama, but he said, "No, I cannot chant this Rama." Then Narada Muni is smart. You see how he said, "No, then you chant Mara. Mara means death. Oh, that I can chant. Correct? Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Mara, he became Rama. Yes?
Yes.
So you see how he uses intelligence. So this is all examples of how to, help them. Agyata Sukirti, we say, unknowingly they do devotional service, benefit them.
And some people, why even after eating prasadam every time, they don't change only?
Not for you to decide who change and who don't change. That's Krishna.
Okay.
Your duty is to do this. One time the devotees were giving out so many books in Australia. And then they went to Prabhupada, said, "Prabhupada, we are given so many books, nobody is coming." And Prabhupada said, "That's not your business. Your business is to give out the books. Whether people come or don't come, that's not in your hands."
Yes, Prabhuji, I understood.
So we just do our work and leave the result to Krishna. Yes, yeah, we are also preaching, we are talking and showing so much evidence that Prabhupada wanted to be the Ritvik system. But how many people are coming? Huh? Does it mean that we should stop?
No. No, Prabhuji.
Yes, so we just carry on our work. Who take it, they are fortunate. Who don't take it, then what to do? We just pray to Krishna to give them the intelligence. That's about all we can do. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
We cannot sit down and cry, Just like Prabhupada give the example of this lady. There was a fair in the village, and before the fair started, she was crying. Oh, so many people are going to come. Where are we going to put them, and how are we going to keep them, and all this kind of thing. So when the evening time came, the fair was set up, and everybody came, and they all stayed here and there. And then the next day, they all went back. But the lady is crying. How to accommodate? This is all automatic. It's done by Krishna. You understand? So we must always remember that we are not the controllers. The supreme controller is Krishna. And we just pray to be engaged in his service. That's all. Huh? Hello?
Yes, Prabhuji, understood. It's very clear, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Any other questions?
It's a little bit related to this. But when a devotee is following the orders of the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, is he directly getting the pleasure of doing that because he's pleasing the spiritual master by directly following it, or by pleasing the spiritual master by being an example to the other people?
If you are a disciple of Prabhupada, then you follow his instructions, then you're pleasing Prabhupada. So you follow the 4 principles, chant 16 rounds, and spread Krishna consciousness by distributing books or preaching or holding programs or whatever, then you're pleasing him. But if you say you're Prabhupada disciple and you simply eat and sleep, then how is that you're pleasing Prabhupada?
It's that's a scam. That's a lie.
Yes, and Prabhupada started the movement at his very late age, almost when he's 70. Then you are eating and sleeping, then what to do? Yes.
The best thing to do is to be in association with devotees who are actually serving.
Yeah, they find some farm and then they stay there and eat and sleep. That's it. I am Krishna. Yeah?
Then they have to become serious. They have to wake up in the morning, huh?
Follow everything. Why just morning only?
Hmm.
So you preach, you practice, and then you preach, and Prabhupada will be pleased with you.
Mhm.
You brand yourself like the caste Brahmin, I'm Brahmin, I'm Prabhupada disciple. Whenever you see me, you please bow down, huh? That's it. And how is that serving Prabhupada? Tell me.
There's no service in Prabhupada. It's just lip service. Actually, I don't want to be like that. That's one of my fears.
Yes, many people are cashing on Prabhupada's, purity and saying, no, I'm a Prabhupada disciple, hey, you better be careful, When I come, you please worship me, understand? So now that,
Right.
correct?
Yeah. No, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be serious.
So, anything else before we wrap up? Any more questions?
Some observations on Mr. Srila Prabhupada. Actually, just a connecting question related to what Manu Prabhu was saying. Now, suppose I am following and I'm preaching also. For example, some devotee who may be little junior, he's asking me like, I'm having like sexual thoughts, how to control. So, I just tell him what my seniors have taught, what other senior devotees have told me. You try to think of Krishna somehow or other, distract your mind like this. But then due to my past habits, somehow or other, if I myself fall down for the same reason, so that does not create a good image for me. Of course, image is one thing. Apart from that is, I feel really guilty that I've broken the regulative principle. And apart from that, it doesn't create a good image for me. Like, he's speaking about this and then he himself is falling down for the same purpose. Like, what is this? So like, what can we do about this, Prabhu?
Can you read?
Yes, Prabhu. Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glories, being disgusted with all material activities, knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery, but still being unable to renounce all sense enjoyment, my devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. Even though he is sometimes engaged in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to a miserable result, and he sincerely repents such activities. Okay. It's pretty clear.
Understood.
Yes, Prabhu.
So you just have to be more repentant, After doing all your crazy thing and you start thinking that you're still a big pure devotee and give big instruction, definitely you're going to be in trouble, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
But if you hold yourself and say, I'm so fallen, Prabhu, look, this is the teaching, but I am so fallen, I cannot do it. That's why devotees who are very advanced, they always stay in the humble position. They say they are the most fallen, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
That's the mood of the devotee. The devotees never broadcast themselves as big time, no?
Yes.
So when you advertise yourself as big time, then Krishna will show how big time you are.
Yes, Prabhu. It's very easy for him to just put us down within a second.
Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. It's true.
Can you read this?
Yes, Prabhu. Although a pure devotee's standard is above all, he still considers himself to be in the lowest stage of life.
That's our teaching, no? To become lower than the straw in the street, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Nada Pisunichena.
Yes, Prabhu.
Practice this, So how to practice this? So when pride comes, you become humble. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Always remain in this condition of being fallen, then you will set a good example in preaching. But if you
Yes.
walk around as the topmost Uttama Adhikari, then you're going to have a problem. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So this is all practical, teachings, experience. Krishna consciousness is not impractical,
Yes,
So,
Prabhu.
so you want to show, then you have to be an example.
Yes, Prabhu.
It cannot be an example artificially, this doesn't work artificially. It has to come naturally.
Naturally, yes, Prabhu.
How to come naturally? Become purified. How to become purified? You have to follow all the rules, regulations, everything is all there.
Yes.
So we should be careful like that.
Yes, Prabhu.
Some people say that, until I become perfect, then I will not preach. That's also nonsense.
Yes.
When are you going to become perfect? According to this statement, you'll never become perfect.
Yes, Prabhu.
Then you should not preach. Preaching means to repeat the words of the spiritual master. That's preaching. That's all. Srila
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhupada said like this. So we should do like this. You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
That's the way to preach. Not to say, I said this, you do like this, then that's difficult. No, correct?
Yes, Prabhu. So assume the position that like I am giving some instruction, so that is a dangerous position.
Yes, very dangerous.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Makes a lot of sense. Thank you
So,
so much, Prabhu. Yeah.
so that's how we should show by example. Something we cannot do, then how you can teach others? That's not possible. Correct?
Yes.
So you can only teach what you can do. Otherwise, you just say what Prabhupada would say, and then you say we are trying to get that done, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm.
Just speak the truth. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. This is very helpful.
All right. Got any more to add?
Thank you, Prabhu, for your association, Prabhu, for answering our questions. I hope I can one day reply to you a verse whenever you request. Thank you, Prabhu, for your class.
I hope most of your doubts are kind of cleared.
My doubts are cleared. I just have to act.
Yes, Prabhu. Main thing, like even though we try to understand the theory, still the main thing is practical movement. The main thing is on the instruction.
That's why we have to, become very fixed up. So every day, we have to do our sadhana. And by, one day, Krishna, you will be able to see the lotus feet of Krishna, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. So when will that day come? That we just have to be humble and wait for the Lord to, grant his darshan. And if it doesn't grant the darshan, doesn't mean that we stop the whole program.
Yeah.
So we just carry on humbly serving. You understand? And the Lord, whatever we do, even so little, He takes it all into our account. Because He's very keen in trying to deliver us, more than we trying to, come out. That's why He has made all these arrangements. Jivere kripa. Oila, Krishna Veda Puran. You know, you
Yes,
don't
Prabhu.
understand the pure devotee. How do we know we have to take birth at this time of the year? How do we know we will come in contact with Prabhupada? How do we know we will learn all these things? This is all Krishna's arrangement, you know.
Oh,
You know,
This is
yes.
this
Yes,
particular
Prabhu.
Manu and this particular, what do you call that, time and this particular, I mean, this how you figured it out? This is not possible unless it
Yeah.
is the mercy of Krishna, right?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
You could have
yes, bro.
anywhere else one. Yes, isn't it?
Yes,
So we should
yes,
be very thankful. At least we should try to save ourselves now, fix ourselves up, become serious, and try to help others. Whatever little we know, we teach. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
this is a fact.
All right, then. Thank you very much. All glories to
Thank
all glories to Prabhupada. Hare
Glory to
you so
Glory
much,
to
Prabhu.
Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Prabhupada. All
Hare
glories to
Krishna, Prabhu. All goes.
Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.